Hello there.
I'm Robert.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Travis.
And we're late to the party, and it is our...
Better late than never viewer request.
That's the one.
Better late than never. Viewer request.
Not rehearsed.
Holy cow. What in the holy hell was that?
It wasn't. I just decided to go with it.
I forgot what I was saying for a moment. You guys
Well, let's
burst into
just
song.
continue this one. This one was recommended by Steve the Stick Guy Productions.
Yay!
He recommended a classic named Drop Dead Fred.
Of course.
I was released May 24th of 1991. Had a budget of $6.78 million. Box office was $14.8 million.
Okay, a little over double. Good job. Made it
Directed
way back.
by 8D Jung.
Okay.
Like more of a French director, but I don't know if I said his name correctly.
Seems a little unnecessary at this moment.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this here.
Let's do it.
Honey, why'd you call him Drop Dead Fred?
Because that's his name, Daddy.
Like many small children,
Because he helps her.
Lizzie had an imaginary playmate.
Drop Dead Fred is going to teach me how to cook today.
Someone she
It's
could
a rip-off of the Breakfast Machine music.
Yeah. Someone she could share with.
Oh, Grandma Bun!
Someone who would never let her down.
No more Drop Dead Fred. Period.
Now Lizzie is all grown up.
Phoebe
When her
Cates.
perfect life fell apart.
Charles, I lost my money, my car, my husband.
She didn't get mad.
Drop Dead Fred.
She got Fred.
What, who dropped dead? Drop Dead Fred is this imaginary friend that I had as a child, and he's back. Everybody has
Iconic
friends,
scene.
even you must.
But all mine are alive.
That's not saying much. It's no wonder Charles left you.
Haven't got a husband, got a stupid haircut.
You see, you just don't know
Brutal.
how to make marriage work.
Well, let's get Charles back then. I'll help you.
Just behave ourselves.
He's back.
The mask before the mask.
Nothing, except you're ruining my life.
To show her, no matter how bad things look now,
Peekaboo.
they can always get infinitely worse.
Practical comedy, too.
Fred was way out of control. Have I got him?
Carrie Fisher.
Nobody.
It's because he's invisible. Idiot! Don't mention your friend anymore.
Good friend.
Right, that's it. I hate you. Goodbye forever.
He's all hanging on the front.
What does that taste like? Everyone should have one. Especially when she grows up.
Oh, Tim Matheson as well, huh? So,
Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah.
Have you seen this movie?
no.
Would you see it off of this trailer?
Yes. But yeah,
Yes.
no, I it's one of those ones that
Really?
has eluded me for such a long
Oh,
time.
it's fun.
Surprisingly, I remember watching this when I was a kid, and I was at my aunt's house, and we watched it there. And I remember sitting in front of the TV watching it, and I'm like, "What is this?" Like in my mind, I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I was just like, that'd be a terrible experience for her. Like in my mind when I was watching it, and I was like, that's really sad. Like the whole time I was watching, like I felt really bad for her because he was doing all these antics, and I was like, but no one believes her because they can't see it.
Because she's schizophrenic and not
Yeah.
getting any help from anybody whatsoever.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching it. Yeah.
There's a lot of undertone that the writers of this movie had that weren't really addressed or easily seen by the common audience.
Sure.
So that's why critics give it about an 18%, and on Rotten Tomatoes an 18%, and regular viewers give it about a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's an interesting movie, and it's very dark for
Cult
like a
classic.
kids cult classic, exactly. And it has a lot of dark comedy for like a kids movie. Very.
A lot of kids' movies did back then, though.
Yeah.
They had a lot of underlining
It definitely
comedy.
went over my head.
Yeah,
when
you
I was
didn't
a
catch
kid.
it,
Right.
but you ended up catching it as an adult too, saying, "Damn."
Yeah, like I said right now, when I was like, the only thing that really caught me was like how terrible he was to her, and
He was
like,
kind of a bull, yeah.
Yeah.
Like talking smack about her hair
Yeah.
and how dumb she was. She doesn't have a husband.
So-
Like, dude, come on.
I think you need to watch this.
Right.
Even though Roger Ebert called it the worst movie of 1991.
You know, I mean, watching this trailer, it gives me that kind of insight to, you know, somebody who has never seen this movie. They know about it, but they've never seen it. Impression off of the trailer, I pick up The Mask and I pick up Simple Wish
see a lot
with
of
Martin
his,
Short
yeah.
as Murray, because, I mean, obviously he looks a lot like Murray, or Murray looks a lot like him from
Right.
Simple Wish,
Yeah.
but the effects with the eyes and the mouth and the head getting
Very
squished,
Mask.
very Mask, and for me that was where I was kind of introduced to that kind of character, was The Mask, and then eventually seeing Martin Short do it in A Simple Wish.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If this movie was directed by, let's say, I don't know, Tim Burton,
Sure.
and maybe starred, I don't know, Robin Williams, would you want to see it more?
Probably, because I was in love with Pee-wee's
Good.
Big Adventure back then.
Because both of them were offered to do this picture
Interesting.
before it was done, and they both declined to do so.
Interesting.
I think it would have been an interestingly different movie.
Right.
It would have been an interesting, different movie because I feel like if Tim Burton did come on to sign, I feel like Phoebe's character would have been given to Winona Ryder.
Possibly. Yeah.
Well, she was still kind
stick
of
with
she
the
was
same
still
crew.
kind of younger though than Phoebe Cates was about in '91.
I guess, but I feel like they would have made it a little bit different and probably put.
Again, that's what you typically do with Tim Burton, and you hear him casting a movie, you automatically start throwing in the people that were without all the movies, whether
Well,
it was later in his career or earlier.
'cause this was definitely
Winona
earlier.
Ryder does kind of make sense, but I do feel like it would have had a different feel for it. At least
yeah.
this kind of feels more like the Stupids or what was it, Carpool? I think it was.
Yeah,
Like,
I love Carpool.
yeah, but the thing is, though, is they had a feel to them, like
The
that
Stupids and
90s were trying to be funny comedies versus a little bit more off-the-wall weird, like you got with Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I think it's funny how we mentioned like Tim Burton and then Pee Wee because it did have a little bit of music. Like,
Yeah.
it felt
Oh, yeah.
like it had some
Yeah.
of the Danny Elfman music.
It was a
in
rip-off
there.
of The Breakfast Machine, Danny Elfman's score for Pee-wee's Big Adventure, for sure. And then just not having seen the movie and seeing the trailer, loving Phoebe Cates' practical comedy. The fact that she's able to do that physical moving
And she does a
around.
really good job where it looks like she's
Yeah, one of my
Fighting somebody.
favorite actors that has shown time and time again that they can do that is Bob Hoskins, especially
Oh, yeah,
Roger Rabbit,
Rabbit.
but Heart Condition with Denzel Washington, because he has his heart. He has Denzel's heart
always forget
transplant.
about that movie.
And Denzel's like using him as a vessel to kind of, hey, help me move on, like fix what I need fixed before I go. And so like they're fighting over a cheeseburger one time, and they're just, you know, just Bob Hoskins by himself
Yeah.
roaming around.
Oh, because Denzel doesn't want to
Yeah,
eat
because
the
he's like, it's
burger.
my heart. You're
Yeah,
killing
don't
my
eat
heart.
it.
And it's those physical comedians that are capable of doing it. I wouldn't think it from Phoebe Cates, but now I want to see it because it's Phoebe Cates and because I do like what she has done outside of Drop Dead Fred, because so many people love Drop Dead Fred. I get it. But I love her from Gremlins, of course. And others love her from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I get that too. But Phoebe Cates
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Phoebe Cates is
High.
talented, and I do want to see that aspect of her acting because I've never seen it before.
So yeah, I like it. They were gonna do a remake of it in 2009 with Russell Brand.
But they didn't do it.
Yeah,
They did Arthur with him as well.
I did enjoy that remake of Arthur though.
I didn't watch it.
It's not as good as the original Dudley Moore,
Dudley
but
Moore,
it
man.
is good.
Not Dudley Mormon.
Mormon.
But thank you guys for watching our reaction to Drop Dead Fred. I'm so sorry I failed you by never seeing this movie. But if you saw it, let us know down in the comments below. She saw it. You can also like and subscribe.
I did a thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking ginger, you know where they are. Kicking the party, feel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Gets us where we need to go. Check out our other Better Late Than Never reactions. Thank you guys so much, and as always,
Now it's time to say goodbye.
party is over. Bye.
Bye.